Hey everybody, it's Friday. I think it's August 12th, 2022, and I am just sitting in reflection after my recovery meeting this evening. I received there we go, 2-year coin. I hit my 2 years clean last Friday, August 5th. And it's a little surreal that I haven't used any mind-altering substances in the past 2 years, especially looking back at the emotional parts of my life that I've been rolling through. So this coin represents not necessarily, reaching for drugs, but it represents the strength that it's taken to move through this life without numbing, because that's basically what addiction is. And so as I sit this evening and reflect on where I'm at now, it's probably par for the course that I've had some weeks leading up to my anniversary that I've wanted to numb, which means I've wanted to use. But I know that that scenario gets me in avoidance, and that doesn't allow me the opportunity to own how I'm feeling. So in today's daily of the language of letting go, Melody Beatty, she talks about directness and how being somebody that is direct can be noted as a downfall because it catches people off guard, and sometimes the delivery of their directness can hurt people's feelings for sure. But then she reframes it in this way that, people that are direct, you never have to make assumptions of how they are feeling because they're always telling you and letting you know. There's no assumptions about their life or their interactions with somebody because they put it out there, and that's pretty much how I live my life. And it's not for everybody. There are times where my directness has caused arguments. There are times where my directness has influenced somebody else to open up and be direct with me. In a world where we admire people that can ghost somebody, I feel that it's doing our communities a disservice because we don't know how to speak our truth, and we don't know how to learn to have those difficult conversations that, with the flip of a coin, oops, could turn out completely opposite of what we assume because we're not even willing to have the conversation. I was supposed to go out to dinner with somebody tonight. They had asked me out on Monday, and I didn't hear from them this evening or today. And that's disappointing in many ways. But I can be direct. With how I feel about that, and then I think if somebody is allowing that behavior within themselves to just blow somebody off, then I can be direct in telling them, you're not somebody I want to spend time with anymore. I am worthy of communication. I'm worthy of saying, hey, something came up. Whatever it is, But the silence that we embrace in the society as, well, they didn't say anything, so just let it go, doesn't suit those of us that are direct with others in communication. A few weeks ago, the same thing happened with somebody else. They said that they were going to make their way to see me. And no call, no text, no show. And as the weeks go by and then they reach out, they expect Michelle to be this happy-go-lucky, not direct person without feelings surrounding that. And that's where we make these assumptions that if I don't say anything about it, we won't have to talk about it. I won't have to own any part of my behavior that may have affected somebody else. And so I was direct in my response, and I have to stand in my truth. Otherwise, I'm showing people that I am okay with this ghosting, and I am clearly not okay with it. We are mature adults, and having conversations that are difficult is part of being an adult. Today I had a moment of not wanting to show up, for sure. And I decided to show up for myself and not allow this person's behavior or lack of affect my ability to be around people that appreciated me in the room. So I went to a meeting. That is the part of recovery that most people won't ever understand unless they're in it. The love and the support and I understand where you're at. I don't have to agree with you, but I can still show you love and compassion and understanding and the fact that you're hurting in this moment. And that's truly what life is about, is understanding how our actions affect other people. We don't have to agree that our actions are right or wrong. But if the other person is affected by them, can we look at them with loving eyes instead of force? I was listening to a podcast today where they talked about, when somebody is confrontational with you, let's say you and I are having a conversation and my behavior triggers this angry or volatile reaction in you, that it's not my job as the person interacting with you to make you feel better. The responsibility lies in that person to say, whoa, wait a minute, this affected me really deeply. I must have some old wounds that I need to look into to understand why I'm triggered so bad right now. But we are so quick to point the finger at the other person. I know that my two experiences, actually really three. Here's one I'm going to choose to stay silent on. My three experiences that are affecting me are going to guide me now into self-study so that I can understand why it bothers me so much. Doesn't mean that I have to continue interacting with these people. It means that I get to own my feelings and why I have them, and then understand that if I surround myself with people that have those same behaviors, I'm going to have the same reactions within myself. And so the answer is self-study, not blaming the other person. Tonight's topic at my recovery meeting was forgiveness. And so I need to have forgiveness for myself for not having understood the triggers that came about in me today. The triggers from my past of feeling abandoned and rejected. They're deep. And so I don't blame these people for triggering those feelings or sensations in my body. I just have to make the choice to limit or not interact with them anymore because my triggers are deep. And I can choose differently and surround myself with people that don't trigger me in that way. Tonight, last night and tonight is this amazing full moon. If you look outside, it's absolutely stunning. And it's a time for us to look at new beginnings, letting go of the things that no longer serve us. And so I'm going to walk away with this full moon and telling myself that when somebody's upset with me for something that they feel I've caused in them, to try and find compassion and understanding that they just have healing work to do that they may not even know. They may not be at that energetic vibration to be able to swallow it and say, oh goodness, I was triggered. And what work can I do so that I'm not triggered in that area anymore? And I'm going to continue my self-study so that I also understand that I am being triggered, and to go within and to not keep asking my higher power, why? Why did this person do this? It's more so, why can I not let go of the trigger of feeling abandoned and rejected? I hope wherever you sit this evening that you are feeling loved and supported. And I hope wherever you're sitting tonight that you can find some compassion for those of us that are showing up to do the work, because it's not easy. My dog needs some love, so I think that's all I have for this evening. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for continuing to watch the videos. Yeah, that's all I have. Inner Light Yogi on Instagram, otherwise known as Michelle. The Pisces, the deeply feeler, the Bodhisattva, the one going up and down the mountain into the light, walking down into the darkness, sharing with you so that we all can have an understanding of how to truly interact with each other with love and compassion. All right, everybody. Good night.